everyone, welcome to Shrine Hunters, the only series on YouTube that I thought was only going to last for Breath of the Wild, but now it's back for Tears of the Kingdom. Awesome. In this series, we're going to be going around and finding every single shrine in the entire game, all 152, starting off with the actual ground areas and then making our way to the sky areas for each of the various regions. I didn't mean to do an upskirt just then. Fantastic. First, we're going to be starting off with the central Hyrule Sky Archipelago. There's no Sky Islands. Perfect. And because the first 4 on the Great Sky Island are absolutely mandatory, you had to have done them to actually start the game, so I'm going to assume that you've already done them and not to pad the numbers of this video. Fantastic. Good job, you. And on the ground, there are a total of 7 shrines, and luckily for us, every single one of them is actually going to be visible from the sky. And then the last one is inside of the castle, and you kind of see it back when I was up higher. Just take my word for it. Okay, great. Because all of them are visible, we don't actually need to talk about how to actually get to them. All you need to know is the markers that are marked on the map are the ones that I'm going to be covering now. Future Austin should have actually put a little boop on the screen for the order that we're going after these, if you needed help clearing them and getting all of the hidden chests. Our first one is over here, the Susuyai Shrine. I'm going to say all these names wrong. This one is a spinning device. This is a fairly straightforward shrine. The first thing we have to do is this cart has our chest on it, and I want that chest. As it's passing by, you just use your grab ability to grab it on over, make it drive into a wall, and then just hop on top and open up the chest. Here's just going to be some arrows. Now feel free to either abduct a car or just run across the highway. As we make our way to the other side, be sure to grab one of the cars because we're going to need it for the next area. You just go ahead, plop it down on the ground, and immediately climb on. This car is now going to be whipping over this big old hill. And once we get to the end, we're going to take one of the wheels off of the car, and we're going to attach it to this lever over here. That's going to open up the door to the next room. From here, all we have to do is grab one of these wheels and attach it to this platform on top. You want to put it as low as possible, that way the wheel is actually touching the rails. Climb on top, activate it, and this is going to be bringing us to the other side, and this shrine is now complete. Our second shrine is going to be bringing us right here, the Jiosin Shrine. This is shape rotation. This is sort of one of the tutorial areas that teaches you how that you can take a shape and you can rotate it. First of all, you're going to start off by grabbing this one big long X piece and just shoving it through the wall exactly how it was. From here, we're going to rotate it over so that way it makes a flat bridge. We're going to bridge the gap and hop across. Our next puzzle is going to be bringing us to these 2 conjoined stones. You're going to notice that there is one side that it's a little bit shorter on, and because of that, we're just going to walk it through the door on that angle. Here is our bonus chest up here, that all we need to do is take this, rotate it, and put it down firmly. I like to just put it at an angle to make my life a little bit easier. There is one angle that you could put it down that's going to be perfectly in line with this, but there's no reason to do all that. As long as you run toward the wall and jump at the last second, you climb up, no problem. Inside of here is a hasty elixir. Level 2, speed up for 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Now we're going to have to take our same giant stone and then rotate it so that it's going to be a diamond shape, and go ahead, shove it through the wall. From here, the same exact thing that we just did for the bonus chest, we're going to be doing once again. Having the short angle lower and the high angle higher. We're going to shove it in place just like this. The top rock is going to be floating in place, but because it's made of stone, it can support its own weight, and that shrine is now complete. Number 3 is going to be right here, the Ishodag Shrine, and this is a windy device. I've already entered here already, that's fine. We're just going to take this one fan, we're going to rotate him upward. Go ahead, move him close to the wall. Use your power glider to ascend on up. Our next room, we're going to be taking this fan and making a simple forward propelling raft. Go ahead and place your raft in the water. Turn it on, and this is going to bring us to the other side. From here, we're going to be grabbing this one fan, putting it at the bottom of this platform. Go ahead and activate that fan. That's then going to push the platform flat. We're going to use Ascend to go into the bottom. And here's our bonus chest. Some opal. Cool. Now we're going to be removing the fan that we just put on the platform and connecting it to the elevator over here. And we actually need 2 fans in order to propel this large metal platform upward. It may take a second, but it'll get going. And that is our shrine complete. Next up is right here going to be the Kyononis shrine, which most likely you did on your way to Hyrule Castle in order to get the paraglider. This is combat training. This is one of the tutorial chambers that teaches you a specific mechanic about Tears of the Kingdom. And the whole point of this one is to teach you about different types of flurry rushes, including starting off doing a sideways flurry rush. You only have to do one hit, so don't waste our ability. These are going to be coming at you with a horizontal attack, and you need to do a backflip for a flurry rush. Again, just one hit serves just fine. Next up is a shield bash. Lastly is the charged attack, and that is your destruction of that construct. Make your way to the final room for your bonus chest, which is the Zonaite sword. Be sure to always clear your bonus chest, otherwise you're going to have the icon on your map even if you don't want the item. Next up is going to be the Yamiyo shrine. This one is going to be combat training throwing. This shrine requires us to throw some items at the construct up here. Luckily, they're going to be providing you with, 12 fire fruit? Very nice. Hit your throw weapon, and then we're going to choose material, which is then going to replace our weapon with a material and throw it at him. Now we have to watch the enemy's movements carefully, and... oh, look, I had to watch it carefully. There we go. We got it. Now, in case you didn't realize, there's a ladder on the back. That way you can come up here and grab the construct's drops, and a chest in the back room. And our bonus chest has 3 bomb flowers. Very handy. And that's that shrine complete. Next up is the Sepapa shrine, located right here on the map, just to the right of Hyrule Castle. This is Backtrack, one of the shrines used to teach you about using rewind. This first platform, we're just going to rewind its movements. That way we can climb on up. This second room is pretty clear on what it wants you to do. However, I'm just going to be using a fire fruit and shooting the platform. That way the platform catches on fire, and I can come over here and grab this chest. This is our bonus chest, and it contains a strong construct bow. Remember to grab whatever item that a shrine gives you, so that way we get rid of those nasty icons. From here, we're going to be using rewind to get back on top of our raft, and I think this shrine is designed that way you grab that torch and you light those on fire. Honestly, that seems like so much work when you could just throw a fire fruit and then either throw another one or just use an arrow. Our next room requires us to take this orb and then put it inside of both of these holes at the same time. So first we're going to put it in this upper one, which is then going to unlock that gate right behind me. Next we're going to take the orb out and we're going to put it into the lower one, which is then going to unlock the first gate. From here we just need to run inside of the first gate, take out rewind, aim it at the orb. You're going to see the path that it traveled that included you putting it into the first hole, which is then going to be opening up the gate in front of us. Thank you. And our shrine is complete. Our last shrine of this tower is actually going to be bringing us to Hyrule Castle at the location that I just showed you, marked on the map. And if you have not been to Hyrule Castle yet, getting up there can be a little difficult. In order to get up there, I'm actually going to need to make my way to Kakariko Village in order to come to the gacha machine here in Kakariko Village, because it is going to have hot air balloons, and that's one of the easiest ways to make your way up into Hyrule Castle. Thank you. I'm now just going to send my way through the front of the castle over here on the map. I'm located between these 2 dark squares, and these 2 dark squares are going to be representing a whole bunch of building supplies. I'm going to go ahead, grab a 4x4, place it down, take out my flame emitter and my balloon, put the balloon right in the middle, put the flame emitter inside of the middle of the balloon. I'm then going to take out whatever wooden weapon I have and I'm going to fuse it to my actual hot air balloon. That way when the hot air balloon is not powered on, the stick is still going to be on fire and still able to power the hot air balloon. Once I'm low on battery, I'm going to turn it off. This will keep us at our altitude. Anyways, I want to take this balloon as high as it will take me, including my temporary battery, so about here. And now I'm just going to be making my way toward that marker that we placed down. While I'm here, I'm also going to be making my way inside of the throne room. That way I could go get that very nice tunic that Zelda made for me and left for me here. Yeah. Boop. Boop. Thanks, Zelda Cakes. And now just a nice, simple, no enemy glide over to our shrine. And this is the Serutabomac shrine. That's what I'm going with, which is the way up, which is just a simple fuse and ascend shrine. We're going to place this one up right up here and ascend through it. Up next, we're going to be taking the 4x4 and placing it on a right angle of the 4x8. We want to invert it, that way the 4x4 hangs over the left side, and we can ascend up. Up next, we are going to go get the bonus chest, which we are going to cheese a little bit by just making what I'm going to be calling a rewind elevator. You take this platform, you put it up, you bring it down, you bring it closer, you stand on top of it, you do recall, and here's our recall elevator. From here, we're going to attach our 4x4 to our 4x4 on a right angle, and then we're going to be taking our 4x4, meet with a 4x4 and attach it to the 4x8, but we are going to be putting it 1/4 offset, that way the middles are lined up. From here, we're then going to be placing it on top of the 2 bars, and we're going to be ascending up 2 times, that way we make our way to the top. And that's the shrine complete. And with that, we are all set. That is going to be all 7 shrines in the Lookout Landing Skyview Tower region of Hyrule Field. And this is just episode 1 of Shrine Hunters. There should be a playlist on screen with all the following episodes. And during release season, the playlist is going to be in order of newest videos first. And once the game has been out for a while, it's going to be sorted by popularity, because obviously those are the episodes people are going to want. Well, great. Guys, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel or definitely want more Shrine Hunters, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, engagement, all those things. Follow me on social media, other stuff. Okay, bye.